All right, Carrie, let's check out one of your runs here. Some slalom free ski. We'll watch it in regular motion and then slow it down. Camera kind of froze there, or the phone died, but we got enough of it. So let's check it out a little slower. So one thing I've been talking to you about is really that you try to pressure your skis a lot by kind of a sitting motion, and you can kind of see it right there. So we come through here. Got a pole plant. Do bring your hips up a little bit over the top of the boots there. That's pretty good. But instead of really moving inside the turn with your hip, getting nice upper and lower body separation, you kind of sink and squat or sit in the turn. So you really want to try to move a little more forward and inside. And we talk about that forward diagonal movement, same idea, but in here, really moving the hip to the inside, kind of dropping it in to the turn instead of coming straight down. So I like to think of edging my skis by using ankles and knees first, then moving the hip to the inside of the turn once the speed warrants it. And we should be trying that and making sure that we are moving that hip in. You've got good, what I call inclination there. We kind of moved inside. We kind of moved, diagonally forward. That's good. But we never really move the hip to the inside of the turn. So you end up kind of still over your skis. We never really get the skis out from underneath you that much. Good looking start to the turn right there. Roll them both up. We have inclination, which is fine. But here, we'd really want to drop the hip to the inside. You can tell here, you kind of sank, and you never really have that long outside leg, short inside leg we talk about, because the skis are kind of underneath you. So we need to move inside the turn. Clearly here, I think got some weight. Because they're underneath you, we end up having skiing very two-footed, having weight on both skis. And because the inside one is under you, it's really hard to get up on edge. So it's pretty flat. You can look at it there. It's quite flat under you. The key thing to also being able to move the hip inside the turn is having that inside ski rolled up on a nice high edge angle matching to the outside one. If we keep it under us and flat, we get locked and can't move it in. So everything is sort of interrelated. Oops, don't need that line. But you can see kind of the same thing. We're really not getting the hip, to the inside there. Meant an arrow. There you go. And it's kind of more. There's not a lot of upper and lower body separation. It's kind of one here where we like to see a little more upper and lower body separation. So doing the slopies or Heisman drill definitely will help. I try those in your free skiing. And really trying to dive into the center of the arc, moving forward and inside, rolling both up on a high edge angle. Again, the inside ski is pretty flat. So if that's flat, you're locked. you can't get the hip in. So these two things are going to go hand in hand. We'll check it from the side. We're going to kind of see the same thing, obviously, but another thing we did say up above or earlier that you were kind of moving forward and really want to try to get hips up over the boots at the top of the turn. It looked like up on the pitch you had it better here. They're kind of back throughout all these turns on the flatter section. You can kind of get away with it, but we want to get in the habit of making sure we're moving forward through the transition. Hips up over the boots at the top of the turn. But certainly some good stuff. Hands are in great position. A pull touch. We do have some movement. Probably get a little more. But there we go. The end of the phone froze. But let's really try to roll both skis up on a high edge angle platform to push against, particularly with the outside ski, and really move that hip to the inside of the turn. So again, that forward diagonal movement, but at the same time, once you start that and that inclination at the top of the turn, make sure we drop the hip in. Got to get the feet out from underneath us and get away from that kind of sinking or sitting, having the skis underneath us. So hope this helps, and I'm sure we'll be working on it next weekend.